Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We're here to have a big look at Royal Randwick this weekend. What a week it is going to be in racing. Of course, some big racing down in Melbourne as well. And we've got plenty to get through. Best bets, value bets, our charity multi, and of course our $100 hot seat later in the show. And Mike, we were going through these fields during the week, weren't we? And I tell you what, I saw a lot of our, familiar favourite horses thereabouts.
Yeah, it's going to be tough tonight, isn't it? Some of my favourite horses going around on Saturday. The little filly Stellar Pauline, she's so tough, going for her first win at start 4.
Good point.
7 years old, a Happy Clapper, going for his 13th win, the Old Warrior. And of course, my love affair with the filly FLIT will continue. A few of yours in as well, mate. A couple of fillies you like as well.
Yeah, we mentioned Happy Clapper, the old war horse, obviously. Reel Him in Ruby, had a good love affair with that horse
Very
as well.
consistent.
And Missile Manta Rate, got her in a few multis and a few early prices for later in the spring. But, mate, what makes it about these horses? Why do they become our favourites each carnival?
I think maybe helping to line the pocket helps. A bit of cash in your pocket is definitely a good thing, but how tough they are is definitely one as well. Away game, soon becoming one of my favourite fillies as well. The last 100 metres in the Blue Diamond, she didn't give up, did she, Stu?
No, she did not. And that's what we love on Key Factors, don't we? Some of these horses that just absolutely do not give up, and hopefully we can find a few of those on Saturday. And, Mike, we're obviously playing with some good track conditions this week. No rain inside at all for Randwick.
It should be a fair surface. They maybe cut out the track a few horses out.
Yep.
The rail was out 6 metres. It was inside bias a couple of weeks ago, but the rail's true on Saturday. There's no rain around. It should be a good track, and we're hoping to get a fair bias on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. And, of course, track patterns, Mike, that was one of them too. I love a horse that does love to swoop. You know they're some of my favourites.
The on-paces pay better, though.
That can also bring me well unstuck. What about 5 races this weekend that we're going to delve into? Obviously, 9 big races on the card, but we've got some Group 1 action.
Yeah, we'll keep it pretty simple. 9 big races. We like most of them. It's a great betting day, but we'll go for the 2-year-old races, race 2 and race 3, the Sweet Embrace and the Skyline. Then into the Group 1 features, the Surround Stakes and the Chipping Norton Stakes. And we'll also focus on race 9, the Get Out Stakes. A pretty good sprinting race and pretty closely matched as well, Stu.
Yeah, that's a tough one to end the day on, Mike. But I like what we've done here. We've got some nice 2-year-olds to get the program started with. So let's kick it off with race 2. It is the Sweet Embrace Stakes, 1,200 metres, Group 2, of course, for the 2-year-olds. The fillies, the first ones to go round, Mike. And as we have a look at the market here, obviously a golden ticket looms for the golden slipper runner of the winner of this, Stellar Pauline, $3.10. Well, that was only $3.60 this afternoon, Mike. Just some really good support there for Stellar Pauline. 3 starts, 3 seconds. Latest in the Magic Millions, 2 away game, who I've already mentioned. Supreme Idea, $4.20. We know tough and fast. Dubai Star, there's another horse that's got the speed. Obviously form around Hanseatic, and away game on debut as well. Harmonium there, $8.50. Might be the quickest of the lot here early. And Tilia Rose, $10. The Snowdens are good, Mike, but 900 metres Newcastle to this, that'd be a pretty good effort.
It would be a pretty good effort. Let's have a look at the Magic Millions, probably a better form reference. Let's look at a horse I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Stellar Pauline. I loved her. The first time she walked into the Royal Randwick Mounting Yard, she was strong, she was tough, she had a good constitution, and she ran well that day. She was pretty poor at Randwick in her second start, but then the Snowdens got her firing up in the Magic Millions. She runs a really strong race, beating a couple of really strong form references. Away game, probably one of the better fillies going around, Stu.
Yeah, well, you mentioned another one we didn't mention off the top, did we? How important the yard's going to be, so that's where you're going to be on Saturday. Well, let's take you down to Caulfield now, and the reason we're showing this, Mike, this is a Blue Diamond preview for the fillies, and during the week we're having a good chat about this, and we were just saying this might not be the best form. Why is that?
Well, I think you picked it, Stu, because the time looked all right. It was a hard one to pick, but just some of these fillies are not in the best form. I think A Beautiful Night wins this race, who came out and got beat well in the Blue Diamond, who got beat by a horse called Rathlin, who Stellar Pauline beat in the Gold Coast. Not a bad run from Bella Nipotina 3 wide. Supreme Idea. Maybe she doesn't like being inside runners. Maybe she likes leading, but she'll get more pressure on Saturday at Randwick. OK, well, let's have a look now to get the Sweet Embrace started. As we always do, we're looking for the gold bars, running our own mini race, the top right-hand side of the screen. And Stellar Pauline, your favourite with all the form. Yeah, some of these are easy to analyse. Stellar Pauline already gets to the finishing post with form, Stu.
OK, let's see if the others can catch up as we hit the key factors. Who's got all the progression here, 2-year-olds?
Yeah, they've all got progression. The Snowden stable's so good, they could get more improvement out of Stellar Pauline, but Harmonium and Tilia Rose have only had 1 start each, and they both won. They have big upside.
And, of course, the 1,200 metres on the way to the Golden Slipper.
Yeah, distance, Hungry Heart, a Frankel filly, 14, 16, even further she'll eventually like, but 1,200 definitely helps. OK, so gold there, but they're still chasing Stellar Pauline here, Mike. Good track, all importantly, Saturday. We can race through these two, Stu.
We'll go straight through that. Who's going to get a good positioning run on Stellar?
Well, Supreme Idea probably OK, but maybe inside horse is a slight risk because she led last start. Stellar Pauline draws to go behind Supreme Idea. Brendan Abdallah stalking all the way to the 200.
Mate, that looks like a pretty simple race to me, doesn't it? We've had Stellar Pauline pretty much all the way in front. Not too much making up any ground. So, mate, as we have a look for a bet here, hang on, we've gone off the top of the show and pretty much said your favourite horses are engaged. This is one of them. Can we just trust this though, mate? Have we gone through all the form, or you're just saying,
I don't know. You tell me, mate, and you at home maybe make your own mind up. I've tried to do the analysis without any bias, but clearly I've declared that I love this filly. She's tough. She's got a great constitution, and she is so reliable. A couple of risks on Supreme Idea. She might get crossed by a couple from out wide. So I'm sticking with Stellar Pauline. She will not miss a hole, and I think she'll win on Saturday. All
right, the money's come. Have you got a little bit of that?
I have already had a little bit. I wish I had more.
All right.
It's too late now.
Here we are. On the money horse for the second. It's a Sweet Embrace. Let's jump into the Skyline Stakes now. It's the Group 2, this time for the boys, getting their chance to get into the Golden Slipper. And, of course, here is Prague, another horse that's been well supported, $2.80 into $2.60. He's got the price tag. The Redute's Choice Colt, $1.6 million, currently on the fifth line of betting for the Slipper at $15. He's the favourite here. We've got Aim on the second line, $4.80, the Star Witness Colt. Got to do it for me this grade yet, so we'll see. We've got Postcode resuming, $6.50 to Vancouver Colt. Gay one with the sire. Vancouver, can she do it again? Mission River, $7.50. The Redute's Choice Colt, stuck on well last start. Argentea, $7.50. Really nice trial, the Written Tycoon Light. Not going to be losing in this race on any first starters, I think, Mike. And Mama Aragon, $12 there. First start, the Wangina Colt, winning his trials, but Prague, $1.6 million. Bit of a show pony, isn't he?
He's a show pony, and I got him wrong. He won a Canterbury Maiden first up, then he went to the Canterbury, and he won well second up with Tommy Marquardt on board. The question you've got to ask is the Magic Millions the best form, or is this replay, the Canterbury, the best form? Because they ran a better time at away game on the same day at Randwick, and he was very strong. Global Quest in second, who came out to run well at his next start. There's strong form and margins all the way through this field. Prague could be the real deal, Stu.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, got to love his fight this day. He was on pace. Let's just say he fought on the best this day. So, look, only a small field here, not what he's going to get in the Slipper. How are we going to take it?
Well, I think he likes pressure. He's bred to get 14, 16 and even further, so 12 back to 11 was a risk for him, but Tommy Marquardt used all his stamina, got him on pace and drew it out of him late. There is a margin to a very good horse, Global Quest, and I think he could go through to the Slipper unbeaten, Stu.
OK, well, let's have a look at one of the first starters now. We're talking about Argenteus. Now, here's an interesting trial, Mike. Obviously, just in behind the speed here, we've got Aim doing the chasing as well, but I'm pretty sure Argenteus holds off Aim here pretty
I think he does. And looking back to his first trial after watching this one, you can see he was in between runners and held up a little bit in his first trial, so you can probably forgive him for that effort. Aim is urged along, starts to come at him late, but just as Argenteus gets a little click up here, he draws away from him the last 50 metres. That last 50 metres, Stu, plus the early money, equals a massive chance on Saturday, I think.
All right, can't miss on these first starters, of course, so early in their careers. Let's go. Skyline Stakes, the form. We know Prague's had the double wins, so he's got it.
He's got the best form, but Aim 2 starts ago is pretty good as well, and there's lots of others, or Postcode at least, with decent form too. OK, so we've got a nice race to kick things off here. As always, Mike, Progression is the one they've all got. Yeah, didn't know which one to give it to, so we haven't given 20, but Prague did improve first up to second up, which is a strong sign for the favourite.
All right, good point. What about the distance?
Looking for distance, Postcode has big stamina. His dam side, he should love the 12, should love 14, 16 as well. And Mission River, his dam on the size Produce, he should like the 12 as well.
OK, so a few of these are making a bit of a charge here at Prague. What about the track conditions? That suits us.
Maybe back to dry, brings Asami back into it, but his form's a touch below.
OK, so it's just Prague out in front, the $1.6 million Colt, and the position in run might suit the first starter here.
He's got a fancy name and a beautiful barrier. Argenteus first starter inside barrier helps a lot.
All right, so we've got another 2-year-old race here, another horse in Prague that's just led from the start. But, Mike, that's another all-the-way win, but I don't sound like you're as confident here. We've got $2.60 favourite here, but look, there's a host of them here in behind. $4.80 all the way through to $7.50. I can smell some value here.
Yeah, there's a bit of value. I'm kind of spooked in this race. Prague's so strong, sets the benchmark, but Aim was good 2 starts ago. Postcode up to 12's good. Argentea strong trials. Mission River found the line last start.
Not much between
them. And we haven't even mentioned Mama Aragon much. She was pretty good in the trials as well.
True.
So I am waiting for the yard on this one. Prague and Argenteus, I think, will be very hard to beat. But no bets till Saturday for this race.
All right, let's have a look in the yard there for race number 3. Well, there's a look at 2 races this weekend at Randwick. We've got plenty more coming your way after the break. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au, and one of the features of the day is the Surround Stakes for the 3-year-olds. What a mouth-watering clash this is going to be for the fillies, Group 1 level, and of course one of the better fillies races in the country, and it's Fun Star, well supported, $4 into $3.40. She's all class, the only defeat. She's only had the one defeat, and it was obviously huge in the flight before going for a spell. What about Flit? $3.60. Absolutely smashed them last start, and it's still not the favourite in this race, Mike. $3.60. Probabile, $4.80. The Kiwi Raider coming for a crack on the mainland again at $4.80. And then we've got Liar, $6. Couldn't catch the stablemate Flit last time. And look at these four. They are absolutely dominating the market here, Mike, and this is a cracking race.
This is a very, very good race. This is a very good crop of 3-year-olds. We already know that. An especially good crop of 3-year-old fillies. Let's have a look at the lead-up race, the Light Fingers, 1,200 metres. How did I miss this? Flit, my favourite filly. I did not back her. She found the box seat. There was a bit of inside bias, and she was so good, running a really good time. Kiyomichi going really hard in the lead and coming third. Liar running okay up the inside, but she did have 2 trials before this. Emerald, 3 wide, no cover.
Good run.
She always chases hard. But can she turn the tables on Flit, Stu?
Mate, I don't know about that, but I still cannot believe you weren't on Flit. Talking about your favourite horses. This one, what did it pay today? About $11?
Probably more on some outlets, I think. Well, Missile Mantra is yours as well. She was a bit big in the yard.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
She was back in the field, but she could improve second up with the blinkers on.
Well, that's it. That's what this race is all about, isn't it, Mike? Second up horses. We've got to see how they improve. Let's go back now to the T-Rows. I mean, what a race this was. What a finish we're going to see here. Obviously, we're looking at Fun Star. It's always going to be ahead here of Probabile, who charges late, and there's Emeralds as well, and of course we've got Aspect Ratio in there. A great 3-way go. This is a grandstand finish at Randwick.
Big grandstand. Emeralds doing what she does, coming down the outside again. She's kind of like probably 2 or 3 lengths off these fillies. Probabile, the one, the yellow and the black, charging late. Almost beats Fun Star. Flit didn't go in this race a few months ago. She went to Melbourne. I think if she was in this race, she would have won, Stu.
Oh, mate, I love seeing it.
Or is that being a bit biased?
Look, there's going to be a bit of bias on this show. I can tell from the start. Let's have a look now to see where we're going to go here, Mike. Of course, we've got so much to get through. And this form, we've seen it all tied in there, but we've got a New Zealander coming across.
Yeah, very good last start, but she was peaking Probable for that race. Flit was first up 1,200 metres, and she's rated as well, if not maybe slightly better. And Fun Star was very good at the end of last prep, but she's first up on Saturday.
Well, look, we've got these 3 favourites right out in front here, Mike. I'm very keen to see what's going to happen here in the Key Factors progression, mate. Who's got this?
Flit is the one we think can bounce. First up to second up, Probable back to 1,400. It's a bit of a risk. And Fun Star, like we said, first up, wide barrier. Is she going to be wound up, Stu?
All right, we're going to see. That's Flit out by a length here, Mike, so they've got to catch her now. What about the distance? Well, she goes.
Yeah, she's run 100 rating first up over 1,200 metres, so she's open class sprint level already, and she gets to a favourite distance on Saturday. A big plus for my favourite filly, Stu.
Favourite distance for your favourite horses. I don't know about this, mate. What about track conditions?
Yeah, Missile Mantra, maybe. She's a big girl.
Oh, that's good.
Quite surprised by how big she was. She could improve for you, Stu.
Okay, well, let's see. It's still Flit, the one they've got to catch. Position in run, all important here, 1,400.
Yeah, you just know Hardy Oak's going to be between 2 and 3 lengths off. She's so tough, and she keeps chasing.
All right, so it's Flit out by, what's that, 2 lengths
easy,
there. Come on, mate.
Easy.
This is worse than Stellar Pauline. Another one of your favourites winning on Key Factors. Oh, mate, at least it's a bit of a price. It's one of them. Mate, so 2 lengths there, $3.60 for Flit. Probable right there for second, though, but the Fun Star, 2 lengths difference here for the $3.40 well-supported favourite, mate. Come on.
I think if they were all wound up and peaking, it was going to be close. But if you haven't seen Flit in the yard yet, go and have a look at her on Saturday. She's big, beautiful daughter of Medagliadoro. She's very athletic. She's muscular. I think she's one of the better horses going around Australia, and I think she beats these very good fillies on Saturday by a length or 2.
Mate, I like the confidence. So let's stick with Flit there, the best bet in the surround. And, of course, that brings us to the Group 1 feature. It is the Chipping Norton over the mile. And, well, no winks in this race. She won it the last 4 years. So these guys are all going to be happy. And one of those is TE AKAU SHARK, $2.60. The exciting Kiwi. Could be anything, this horse. And he's going to give you an absolutely exciting run because he's going to get a long way back and it's going to be hold your breath. $2.60 favourite. Dreamforce, well, that'll be the other end of the spectrum, right up front, good horse. Obviously very good here at Randwick as well. And how about Blake Shin, hit and run here, obviously from Hong Kong to ride the horse. Avilius, $6.50, a serious horse here coming through the Ore. Fierce Impact, second in the Ore. What a preparation last time in. Second the Bill Ritchie, first in the Toorak, first in the Kantala. What an improvement. And the old boy, Happy Clapper, 9-year-old, he's a warrior, only out of a place once at the Randwick Mile. Mate, where do we fit him in? This is going to be a great race.
Cracking race, genuine Group 1. I do love Winks, but I'm kind of glad she's not here, Stu, because now we've got a genuine race.
Yep.
Let's have a look at a few months ago, the last time TE AKAU SHARK came across the ditch and was a Randwick on a dry track. I know there was some on-pace bias this day, which favoured Dreamforce, so I'm trying to take that out and look at TE AKAU SHARK coming to the outside, running on with horses like Star of the Seas and Eckstein, which is a pretty good run, Stu, but is it Group 1 weight for age?
Oh, look, who knows, mate, if Dreamforce gets a run like this, and how about Blake Shin too? He won the maiden on Dreamforce here, and of course, Liverpool City Cup, so he's had 2 for 2 on the horse.
Yeah, he loves the horse, good on paces as well, isn't he? I just don't think TE AKAU's run's good enough, but he could have improved, and 1,600 metres is better for him. All
right, well, let's have a look here. Well, where are we going here? We're going to the Chipping Norton Group 1. Why not just take you back a year? Because I tell you what, Happy Clapper put on an absolute exhibition this day. He made it exciting, but Winks was in the race. But how good's this boy, mate?
He is within 2 lengths of the best horse we've ever seen in Australia, putting it simply, and he will be very, very hard to beat on Saturday. If you've backed Dreamforce, watch out for Happy Clapper pushing forward early and putting the pressure on. He's a big boy. He keeps rolling and he sticks on. If he runs this rating, he simply wins on Saturday. And his first up run was completely fine, Stu.
And whoever thought Tyler Knott's record of 4 Chipping Nortons would be broken? Winks did it with ease there. But let's see who the new star could be in the Chipping Norton as we get this race started, Mike. Who has got all the form coming in here? It's the Shark.
Yeah, they're mixing it up a little bit, but TE AKAU SHARK was good first up. We'll just give it to the fave.
OK, this is going to be a good race. I'm pretty excited here. What about the progression?
Yeah, he's an exciting type, TE AKAU SHARK, isn't he? How much improvement has he got? That's a big question. It's going to be an exciting autumn for him, but a few others can improve second up as well. Fierce Impact and Avilius, 2 of those, including Happy Clapper.
All right, so plenty of gold across the page there, Mike. All important, the mile, the famous Randwick mile.
Yeah, the mile plus the tempo. TE AKAU SHARK will like it, but Happy Clapper gets a big kicker. It was a steady tempo first up. He hated it. He can roll from the outside barrier on Saturday.
Oh, so good to see him back. What about the dry track, mate? Who's going to like
the Kiwis like rock hard Aussie tracks, maybe not. And Very Elegant Dance. Another Kiwi. They don't like. They're both Kiwis. They don't like it either.
All right, let's just have a look at this. TE AKAU SHARK is levelled up by Happy Clapper. All the favourites right there, and here goes Happy Clapper with a position in run.
Yeah, people are worried about the barrier. I love the barrier. Can roll forward. TE AKAU SHARK, I am definitely worried about the barrier. So a few lengths last, maybe in a firm, hard track, it will be difficult for the Kiwi.
All right, so the king of the Randwick Mile, Happy Clapper, hangs on here, Mike. Yet another one of our favourites appearing in the key factors. I don't know if that'll be about a bet, though, so let's have a look to see where this race is going. And well, look, the old boy's $11, Mike. You've got him by a length here, but this is telling us we've got one cracking race on Saturday. Look at those hosts of horses in behind lining up. We've got some superstars in there.
Yeah, I think 5 big chances. Homesman with a new trainer. If it's a little bit of edge off the track, maybe he can do something first up. But otherwise, I like those 5, and I like Happy Clapper a lot. It's going to be such an exciting watch. Tommy Berry revving him up from out wide, getting him on pace, and he will lift late. He's so tough. Each way bet to nothing for me, Stu.
Mate, he's a favourite of yours. He's a favourite of mine, so I'll let you off with that one, mate. That's a good pick in the Chipping Norton. And, of course, that leads us to race 9. We've got a 1,200-metre handicap to round out the day. And, of course, a little bit of form coming through these two, Royal Celebration and Rohiran. So it's $4.40, Royal Celebration there. Third up here, looking to peak. Obviously, the form around Rohiran, who's $5.50, running on well late in the day. Obviously, back 100 metres here. We've got Trumbull, $5 resuming since that easy wing when we were down at the Gong. What a day that was. Yamazaki, $6.50, freshened since the Goldie. We've got Accession, $9.50. A little bit of money too, from the $13. Not sure where he's at this preparation. Of course, Diodoro had his favourite wet tracks the last 2. It's a horse that's racing well. But, Mike, we've got $4.40 the field here. So, mate, you've got your work cut out of you here, choosing an interesting race.
When I first looked at it, I kind of liked the race. But we'll look at the key factors in a second. It is a tricky race to analyse. Let's have a look at 2 horses. They're absolutely in flying form this preparation. Rohiran, 3 wide, no cover first up. And one did well. Royal Celebration, very unlucky in the same race. They both came out to this race. Maybe Royal Celebration was a little bit disappointing, but it was a soft track, and he was eyeballing Vega Days, who I think is flying now. Rohiran running on late. Both going well, Stu, I think.
And look, all importantly, a couple of these from a fortnight ago coming off that soft 7, so a few of these are going to be improved onto the dry track, and I can see Rohiran doing just that late in the day.
Yeah, Royal Celebration, his good track record is excellent, never worse than second apart from that unlucky run, and he has rated a very high rating at Rose Hill as well.
OK, but look, Mike, I've taken this replay out, mate, because, look, you were on a Roman Wolf this day. I think we locked in $151. The money came into 101, I think. It only goes down by 2.2 lengths. Obviously, it doesn't get these conditions this day, but I don't think we'll see it at that odds again.
I wondered why you put this in, mate, and it's to rub salt in the wounds. Come on, the Wolf, he just did lift.
We had it too.
There's a couple of wet trackers in this race. Royal Wolf's one of them. He may not like the dry track on Saturday. Next session,
8 lengths.
He found the line okay, but that was a big margin, wasn't it? 8 lengths, was it?
It was, but maybe there's a few can turn around onto the dry track. That is a race we had to have a look at. Let's have a look now, Mike, to get this race started. It's late in the day, 1,200 metres. The form, well, this could be all over the place.
Yeah, they're both flying, though. Royal Celebration and Rohe and very hard to beat on Saturday, but a few others in form as well. All
right, so coming from that Rosehill form, who's got all the progression here, 1,200 metres?
Yeah, Trumbull's wins didn't rate that well for progression, but his trial coming to this prep is good, and Kim Moore Stable's turning it around. Now, Accession can definitely improve. He has to improve, and So Taken's a good fresh filly.
All right, so Taken, a little bit of value rounding them up here. Mike, what about the distance?
All fine.
We're going to skip straight through that. And this is a big one, back onto the dry.
Yeah, those two mutters I think will struggle on Saturday.
OK, so Royal Celebration just edges to the front here, but we've got a lot of gold on that page. Position in run. Who's that going to help?
Ronnie Quinton holds on to you.
All right, so it's Royal Celebration keeping that slender lead from Rohe and So Taken. And Mike, late in the day, this is going to be interesting. And of course, a couple of these fresh. I don't know where we're going to play here, mate. I'm keen to have a bet, though, as a lot of people are going to be late in the day at Rosehill. And I reckon I want to back 5 or 6 of these, mate. I know I can't, so let's pick through these. We've got $4.40 favourite. That forms around Rohe. So Taken levelled up there, but there's a few of these down to $14 that are only 2 lengths behind.
Yeah, it's a close race. I think Yamazaki form ties into So Taken and Asherani. So all those fillies and mares are going to run pretty well. Trumbull's trial, I wanted to sack him because his wins didn't rate that well, but his trial was so good. Royal Celebration back to a good track, hard to beat, and So Taken, watch the yard.
Yep.
But I'm watching the yard in general for this race. It is a tricky get-out stakes, Stu.
All right, so we might be leaving it late, but Royal Celebration there for us. After the break, we've got all our feature multis coming up and, of course, our charity segment. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. And what a day of racing at Royal Randwick it is on Saturday, Mike. I'm pretty pumped for it. We've had a look at some 2-year-olds. We've got some Group 1s in there. We've got a wild race 9 we had a look at. But there's obviously a few other races on the card, mate. Where can the punters stick their cash in Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's easier than last week. I shouldn't have said that. Should I? I'm putting the mock on myself. Let's have a look. Why did I say that? Conspirator 440 race. One hard to beat. So good last start. Stellar Pauline. The money is coming. I think she wins. Prague 280 in a pretty closely matched race. Maybe watch the yard. Imaging, very exciting horse first up in Australia. Noir, Glenn Boss, get a near pace if you can. Flit at 360. Happy Clapper at 11 each way. Attorney So Progressive and Royal Celebration 440. And what you said, it was a very hard race 9s too. You're right.
Hard race 9. You're giving tips to the jockeys.
I said it was easy. I said it was easy.
Mate, I don't think that's easy, but I like that. We've got some at value there, some at single figures. Right, let's have a look now at the $100 hot seat. You got Farnham up nice and early last week. That horse obviously onto the Golden Slipper, Mike. So where are we going this week with our $100?
Stellar Pauline and Flit, the two best bets of the day. They were $360 each.
Yep.
But the money has come Thursday afternoon for Stellar Pauline. 10 each way on Happy Clapper.
Yeah, what a horse.
And I'll put a rare place all up on all 3. Because I reckon they win, and come second.
Mate, rare place all-ups. That's been a bit of a thing on the show
lately,
of late.
Just lately.
You have been enjoying your place multis, and of course we're doing the charity multi for Beyond Blue. We had a good week last week, so let's keep on going with the total. Mate, I'm going to follow you in. You had a pretty good week there last week to finish off, so I reckon this is all coming in. So we're going to stick with your multi. Race 2, Stellar Pauline. We've got Flit, Happy Clapper there. We'll have $20 on that. And let's go to the exacta. In race number 3, so 2-year-olds, we've got Argenteus and, of course, Prague. I just reckon, one of these 2-year-olds could just pop up, especially the first starters, Mike. That's an easy way to play it.
Yeah, you played it safe last week, but that exacta will pay enormous. Before we wrap up, quick question, alligator blood or catalyst mode?
I'm in the Catalyst camp, mate. I'm going to take the Kiwis.
I'm sticking with Alligator.
All right,
up against each other.
Let's have a look. Rosehill Gardens, mate. You're going to be out there in the yard. Head to theraceguide.com.au for all your feature profiling. It's going to be a great day. We'll see you out at the track.
Enjoy the punt on Saturday.